a problem with Nigerian opposition politicians. The bitter politics that they play, the bitterness that they show. When you were there, you were benefiting. Nothing was wrong with it. It was Hosanna all the way. It was Godwin Obaseki all the way. You are no more there. You're going from media houses, from one media houses to the other, to try and, condemn the government that you were part and parcel of. Now, if you say that they use consultants, I'm not sure there's any. I don't know, because I'm not part of government. I don't speak for government. I cannot pretend to speak for government. But if they use consultants, are those consultants Edo people? That is what you should ask. Is it illegal? Is it unlawful to use consultants as part of the mechanisms of government? Now, those consultants you talk about, are they Edo people? What we should be looking at when we talk about inclusiveness, we should be looking at the gender balance in the appointments of government. We should be looking at the age demographics. We should be looking at a mixture of young people and maybe older people.
That involves the people. That involves the people of the state.
So it is about the people.
Not that involves the people of the state.
Of the state. So you asked him a question. He went on a tangent to start talking about things that were totally.
Okay, you are a spokesperson to Asue Ighodalo as the candidate of the PDP.
Exactly.
Let's delve into his manifestos in terms of inclusiveness. What is he bringing on board if elected?
Asue Ighodalo, as he will be able to break down his manifesto for each of the 18 local governments in Edo State. For instance, Omonde has his own manifesto, what he will do for Omonde as governor. Oedo has his own. Eastern Central has his own. Akko Edo has his own manifesto. So it means that he wants to carry the entire state along, the entire people of the state. So for Asue Ighodalo, if you know him very well, you will know that it is not about tribal sentiments. It's not about religious sentiment. It is about Edo, the oneness of Edo. It is about bringing every Edo man or woman to the table to be able to take decision on matters that affect their lives, on the governance of their state. Asue Ighodalo will use Edo people to make Edo prosper, to make all people of Edo State have opportunity to prosper. His manifesto is tagged prosperity for all. And it is not just about even Edo people. It is also about the residents of Edo State. Those who are not exactly the Jews of Edo, but they live and do business in Edo. For instance, the Igbo man that does business in New Benin Market, for instance, in those places, of course, they should also be regarded as Edo people for the sake of development, for the sake of governance. So Asue also has in his manifesto to use even Hausa people who live in Edo State. So it is about all-inclusive governance for him, and that is what even Godwin Obaseki has been doing. You see the level, the number of women who are in the government of Godwin Obaseki. You see the diaspora representation in the government of Godwin Obaseki. It doesn't mention the diasporans who supported him. They are so involved. They were brought in. But these people, these elements in the opposition, they complain. They say, Obaseki will go and bring people from Lagos. He'll go and bring people from US, from Canada, from UK. The question to ask, are these people Edo people? Are they equal stakeholders with those of us who live here? Why should we have an entitlement mentality? Because I live in Benin, or I live in Nepoma, I live in Igara. So that means I must be the one that will be chosen. So those who live in Canada, who are Edo people, those who live in the US or in Lagos and Abuja, so that means they don't have stake in this Edo State when they are Edo people.
Okay,
so
let's take
Edos
all right.
must have opportunity.
Let's take the perspective
to the state.